Hi, it's Zabo975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. Now, how busy is the Legacy version on Xbox? Am I still able to pirate? Is this still a thing? And the answers to that all year have been yeah and yeah. Over 2024, in terms of piracy goes, I have robbed as many commanders as I robbed in 2021 and 2022. So there's been a decline in the player base for sure, but I'm still able to get my piracy fix and to get my piracy done. Given the amount of non-piracy activities I do, I don't actually spend that long a week pirating, and I'm still able to bring you a decent number of clips, and I do spot a decent amount of targets out there. You know, I might have to sit in system looking for a bit longer than I used to, but there's still plenty going on and plenty of fun to be had for a roleplay pirate in Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. And there are plenty of new players. I mean, look at this guy, competent. Don't know who he is, never met him before, but he's in an Anaconda and he's competent and he's in Soul. That's all I need to know. He might or might not have cargo on him, and I'm just going to stop him, scanning him, check. And then if he's got some, I might rob him. Because that's what I do. It's Elite Dangerous, the Legacy version on Xbox. You know, I rob a lot of people. You know, sometimes people attack me when I'm trying to pirate them. Sometimes they don't. But all in all, I have a lot of fun in this game pirating people. And I thought I was being pretty generous here. 4 tons for a pass. And I was like, nah, 5. 5 tons for a 24-hour pass. I can't be fairer than that. And yeah, it's that point at this moment that you get that excitement. And rather than give in to my demands, this guy went for the run approach, so I now get to chase him down, and that's even more fun. Personally, I think the piracy roleplay stuff that we do, we made more money this year from PPI insurance than we had from the previous 2 years beforehand. We, as in the Dark Marauders, between me and Meta Orange and a couple of times from Scooby, we managed to keep the piracy going. There was some cameos. Skull turned up and did a bit of piracy one night, which was hilarious. But on the whole, the Dark Marauders haven't been particularly active. There's been like 4 or 5 of us playing this year, and we've lost Dark Owl to PC now. He sometimes pops over and visits us, but you know, he's full on PC Master Race these days. As to you know, what else we get up to, we've been able to do everything we want to do in game. The PPI insurance scam, like I say, has been really efficiently working well. Not only do we have new clients, we had a lot of old clients renewing their coverage, so that's been fun. It's been a good ton of roleplay on that side of things. And yeah, this is when my clipper's not good, is when I'm trying to scoop with a lot of police after me. So I decided to err on, you know, caution and not. I don't plan to hang around too long, but I do want to get a few more tons of cargo in. Just want to nab a little bit more. You know, it's, you know, hopefully I can get my shields back up and survive a little bit longer in here. But that's a lot of police already. Yeah, this is not an ideal situation when you have 253 shields on a byweave. This is why this ship's so good in pirating at a wing, because the size 7 hatchbreaker is brilliant, but it doesn't mean you don't have size 7 shields, and the clipper shields suck at the best of times, so when you've got a small byweave on there, it's not great. But you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to get piracy done as best I can, and you know, I can at least run away in this ship particularly well. But there we go. I mean, this commander probably sees this as a victory because he did chase me out. He's still in here somewhere, probably shooting at me. But I see this as a victory because if I get away with even 1 ton, that's a victory for me. And now the police seem distracted shooting at someone else, so that's all good for me as well. But all in all, it's a rough bit of piracy in a clipper, and like I say, there's plenty going on Elite Dangerous. There's always stuff happening. There's plenty of new commanders out there. The game will never reach the height it did like 4 or 5 years ago. Probably 4 years ago now was probably its peak. I mean, during COVID it went crazy, for obvious reasons. Most online MMOs went crazy during COVID, but you know, even so, the only thing lacking on the Xbox version is players, really. The rest of it still functions fine. There's still a lot going on. There's still player groups, there's still BGS, there's still power play. There's an awful lot of things you can do and a lot of things you can have going on in the game. And if we just had a few more players to enjoy it with, that would be great. But the number of players out there at the moment is enough for me to get enough piracy done to bring to you guys. And I decided after this to talk to Health and Safety, who decided I should switch to another ship. So I switched to the Polo approved Crate Phantom, a very, very good pirate ship. You can have shields, piracy tools, banks, the lot. It's probably one of the best pirate ships in the game, to be honest. Very tough and durable. And that meant I got straight back to more piracy. And yeah, I had a whale of a time pirating. In one Tuesday night alone in December, I managed to pirate 5 different people. So it is just luck of the draw, it is just random. I seem to get lucky a lot of the times. Like tonight I dropped into Malanja, and within 5 minutes of me dropping in I saw my first commander and robbed him. This guy took a little while to drop in, so you had that moment of panic to see, oh, but then eventually he dropped in. So I cut out the pregnant pause wait, because there was a moment I was like, where'd he go? Sadly, that's just a quirk of instancing and so, and it is quite awkward when they spawn in 4 or 5k from you, because as a pirate it can put you on the back foot because they can quickly get out of the system. This guy, I decided to just go straight for the hatch breakers. He went straight for the shooting at me, so all's fair in love and war and piracy. You know, but this ship is no pushover, so as he's about to find out, and, yeah, his shields aren't the strongest considering I've only got a bite-weave on this. So yeah, I think it wasn't a surprise when he was suddenly waking out of the situation, but you know, he maybe realised that he picked on a fight that he couldn't quite handle. He is only competent after all. But you know, I'm a pirate. I'm more interested in cargo. I have no interest in damaging him or destroying him. So hopefully I can get in, pirate him without having to do too much damage. Without having to do any damage preferably. But you know, that's the way it goes. Roleplay piracy is, it's kind of dependent on the person reading the messages, which doesn't happen a lot of the time. A lot of commanders we run into, they don't read the messages, and then they're surprised that it escalated into us shooting or hatch breaking them. But you know, it's all fun part of roleplay piracy, and sometimes when they exit the game they then realise and see the messages, because you get that thing when you leave the game. You get a pop-up that shows you, you know, messages that were sent to you, and quite often I get a message from the people saying, oh sorry, I didn't see your messages until I exited the game, I would have complied otherwise, which is fine. Now this time, luckily for me, I think because we spawned in the way we did, the police leave me alone for a reasonable amount of time. Plus this time I'm not in my clipper, so I've got way more shields, so I can tank being shot at much better. I mean, it was a weird eclectic collection of cargo this guy was carrying, you know, mineral oil, water. I take it he was dumpster diving or like going in and out signal sources or something like that, and so you quite often get people doing that. It's one of those things, and yeah, now he's waked out. I might have that issue where the cargo spins round, but all in all, this time around it was a much more peaceful event, and yeah, for some reason the police just ignored me this time, so that worked out well. But anyway, there's 2 bits of piracy for you, and like I say, piracy in this year has been pretty good. I've got a lot of piracy done, and I've enjoyed it. The player base is just about hanging in there. That's all. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.